When I think about me being the underdog, I'm thinking about why not me? When I think about all the things that I've been through, all the punches that I've thrown with Dewey, all the kicks, I think about why not me? When they say he's going to be the champion in America, being from England, I say, why not me? When they don't put me on the poster, when they don't put me on all these highlights and I got to make my own, I think to myself, why not me? When they thought Palmer was going to beat me, I thought to myself, why not me? When they didn't believe that I would be here, and I give them a million reasons, a million things that I've been through, a million trials, a million tribulations, they're gonna give me 1 million reasons, and I'm gonna give you the answer to why not me. 2007, I was preparing for my sophomore year in college. I was going into the 149 weight class, but prior to that, I had won the national tournament for the freestyle tournament, where we had to go to Beijing to wrestle for the world championships. So we had to go to Denver, Colorado, a place that I did not like, a place that was just not home to me. Have to live in the dorms for 2 months of my summertime, where I just came off of being a freshman at Penn State, living what I believe was a great life in the summertime, learning how to become a student athlete. Having to go to Denver, Colorado during my summertime was so much of a depressing thought of mine that I just could not imagine really even the national or the world championship that I was after. I was more so young and immature that I just kind of wanted to still have fun at that time, and to sacrifice that to go out there to Denver, Colorado was already a daunting task for your boy. As soon as we get there, I noticed that my style of people are not there. I'm just a young, bodacious black brother from Virginia Beach. Me and Percy Harvin grew up together. Allen Iverson, Michael Vick, those were our mentors and things like that. So to go from Virginia Beach, the Virginia Beach that I knew, the home that I knew, and then to be kind of stuck in the dorms in Denver, Colorado, not around peers of mine, not around people of mine. The only brothers that I saw at the time were men who just at that time I thought they felt like they were pushing me, or they were trying to motivate me. But at the end of the day, it was just a place where I had to come deep down inside and think to myself, why not me? I didn't really like being there. I kind of had this aura of like, man, I just kind of want to get out of here. I just kind of want to grab my cafeteria food, go back to my dorm room, and really just kind of hang out by myself. I didn't really like being there at the time. And every day I felt like, Mo Law or Daniel Cormier had something different to say about me, whether my pants was too tight, me being a young dude, I had long hair, and I didn't have anybody there that could do my hair for me. So obviously I had the nappy naps out. The cornrows had already been shot from me being there for a month and a half or whatnot, and it was just, I wasn't looking good, I wasn't feeling good. It was just not a good time for me to just hang out in Denver, Colorado, and then have two mentors who I thought were mentors, or two guys who were big names in the sport of wrestling. I was going there with a slight excitement that, okay, I'll meet some pretty cool athletes, I'll meet some OGs, some legends in the game. And me being a different cat from Virginia Beach is a big melting pot of the North and the South. You'll get a lot of people coming from New York, you'll get a lot of people coming from Atlanta and Florida, and it just happened to merge. We're the most northern southern state that there is, so it being a melting pot of many different cultures, me being a well-spoken individual. They pointed to the fact that Skateboard P, Pharrell Williams, whose mom was my librarian in middle school, Pharrell Williams was, a black white guy. So, I can't be this hood ass or, about it, kid, being that I lived in a white society. They kind of were putting it on me, or trying to poke at the fact that I spoke well and I came from Virginia Beach. This is one story I remember. They were like, Jenkins, what weight class are you going for your Junior World Championships and for the NCAAs next year? And I told them that I was going 145 pounds for the Junior World Championships, and I was going 149 for my sophomore year. And they begin to think about all the guys around that time. And this is when we speak about the toughest bracket and the toughest weight class of all time. We're speaking about Jordan Burroughs being in the weight class. We're speaking about Josh Torella. We're speaking about Ryan Lane, Darian Caldwell, Britt Metcalf, Lance Palmer. I believe that year had 16 All-Americans. So when I told them I'm going 149 pounds, they were like, why would you do that? I took my shoes off, I got off the mat, I walked slowly back to my dorm room, and I put a Sharpie, I got a Sharpie out, and on the back of those wrestling shoes on that day, that very day, I wrote, "Why not me? Why not me?" on both of the back of my shoes. I carried that until my wrestling season. If you go back and check the tapes, I'm wrestling in shoes that have writing on the back of them, and if you see anything that in that 2008 year with writing on the back of them, it was me writing, "Why not me?"
There are a lot of reasons that 2008 149 is the greatest bracket ever. This is not some revisionist history where we look back and they have all these accolades. Wrestling fans knew then, this is the toughest weight of the year, and this is one of the toughest weights we've ever seen.
6 out of the 8 guys in the bracket were at least one-time NCAA champions. The other 2 were NCAA finalists. It's just the biggest, baddest, steepest weight there's ever been.
Everything that I've been through in my career leads up to this November 25th Black Friday. The defeats that I took last year with Chris Wade, how Daniel Cormier and Mo Law talked to me, I've seen it all, I've been through it all, as far as, you know, mental preparation, as far as having a mental coach and having a sports psychiatrist and things like that. You know, sometimes you just got to make sure that you're mentally as strong as you are physically. Sometimes you got to understand that there's not going to be a sunny day after a couple of days of rain. You have to truly grasp onto something deep inside you. You have to truly grasp onto a belief of why you're here. That's something that drove me. That belief, that depression that I was in, me grasping on to who I knew I could become was what pulled me out. Sometimes it's just going to be your own thoughts. It's not going to be the words of other people. It's not going to be the negativity of other people. It's going to be your own thoughts, good or bad. And you got to understand how to master that, how to become more than yourself in your own thinking. Honestly, coming into this moment, they didn't know that they were speaking into my life in the way that they were. It was meant for my evil, but my Bible teaches me that the things that are meant for my bad turn out for my good for them who love the Lord, and that's truly an understanding of mine. All the fiery darts that they sent to burn down my castle was simply used to build me up. It was used to drive me. The fires that they put on the castle on the outside of my mind end up being the seeds that burned and fueled me to become great on the inside. It was something that I knew had to be done, or I would fail at anything that I ever thought to accomplish. It was a place in my mind that said, I refuse to not be who I know I can be, regardless of who they think I am.